by fans of high-quality entertainment. So today's video, I'm pretty sure I've done kind of a similar video in the past, but this is updated. These are what I feel are the 12 most underrated bands in my CD collection. And I've ranked them, and I've chosen the best, for me, the best album by each of the bands here. So here we go. So 12 in total. And as always, please remember to like the video. Unless you don't like it, then dislike it. Subscribe and leave a comment below after you watch the video. Okay, here we go. Number 12. Now this band only made 2 albums, but especially the one album is just so good. It is the Eric Burdon Band, Sun Secrets. And this is a twofer, so the other album here is Stop, which is also good, but Sun Secrets is amazing. And there's footage of the band actually on the Midnight Special, if you want to go to the Midnight Special channel after you watch this video and check out the Eric Burdon Band. Just put that in the search on that site, on that channel. Yeah, and the Eric Burdon Band, they redo some of the Animal songs like It's My Life and Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood. But yeah, and such a great, like I said, such a great band. The guitar work is just amazing. And of course Eric Burdon's vocals. So highly recommended. Number 11, once again, they're ranked lower because they don't have that many albums. And this band, kind of a duo, but still a band, has 2 albums, and I kind of love both albums the same, but I have to choose one, so I will choose their second. It is the Claypool, Lennon, Delirium with Monolith of Phobos. Yes, Sean Lennon and Les Claypool. And I mean, if you love Les Claypool and his bass work, which is amazing, and Sean Lennon is just a great, a great musician. And we're best friends. Not in real life, but just online. I consider him one of my best friends. And I would still love if, sometimes I post on Twitter and he'll like it or whatever. If Sean happens to be watching this, I would love to interview you on this channel. Just talk about music and your music and what you have plans for in the future, and the bands growing up that you got into. Yeah, I would love to interview Sean, and I know my viewers would love to see him on this channel. So this is, number 11. Sorry, Sean. Number 10. Now this band had a few albums, and I think, once again, they're underrated. They should have been, I hate bringing it up, they should have been in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame by now. They're not. I don't think they've even been nominated. And I think what is against them for some rock fans is I don't think they wrote, they might have written a handful, but for the most part, they had other people writing the songs for them. But the thing is, they would take a song that wasn't a hit, they're covering a song that usually wasn't a hit before, and they make it a hit because they make it their own. It is Three Dog Night, and there's Suitable for Framing. I definitely want to get more of the Three Dog Night albums. And the thing is too, they didn't use studio musicians. This was a real band. It wasn't just these 3 singers, it was the full band. So I feel they're really, really underrated. My friend, semi-friend, Glenn Kellaway from the basement he's gonna leave some kind of smirky remark because I'm about to present to you a very underrated band from Canada, from Toronto. No, it's not Rush. It's Klaatu. Yes, and these are their first 2 albums. I have their first 4 albums. And this is, I mean, I love this one, but I think this second album, Hope, is my favorite. And they're just a very talented band. I know there's that stupid Beatles connection. Ignore that and just listen to the music. It is so good. Unless you're Glenn Kellaway. Number 8, a band from Ireland. No, it's not U2. And this is I've decided to pick the compilation because I've got all of their early albums. But this compilation is just so good. It's the one, if you want to check out the band and possibly buy one of their albums, this is really good. It's the Undertones, and this is West Bank Songs 1978-1983, a best of. There we go. Look at all those songs. They're, most of the songs are 2-3 minutes long. Kind of a power pop punk is how I would label them, I guess. But just really catchy songs, great guitar riffs, excellent band. Number 7. This band is, some of these bands are fairly well known, but I still feel, I think this band is actually in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which is incredible. But I still think they're not talked about much these days, and so I feel they are underrated. I love all of their albums, but this, I think, is my favorite. You know who this is? No, it's not ABBA. It is the Rascals. And once again, real musicians. They didn't use, well, they did use some, studio musicians for whatever. But, I mean, Gene Cornish, great guitarist. Dino Danelli, of course, on drums. And Felix Cavalieri on vocals. And Eddie Brigati, if that's how you pronounce it, on vocals. And of course, Felix on the Hammond organ. But yeah, great band. Check out the song See, S-E-E, which is the opening track on this. Number 6, I'm doing a CD exchange, as some of you know, with Glenn Kellaway. And recently I gave him this particular album, and he really liked it. He does, he liked the band anyway, but he was pretty impressed with this. This is my favorite. I feel the album is underrated and the band is underrated. Yeah, Steppenwolf. There they are. Kind of Canadian. I know John Kay is from Germany, but the band Sparrow was gigging in Toronto for a while, and there's the famous Peckermobile is what I'll call it. But yeah, such a great band. They're mainly known for Born to Be Wild and Magic Carpet Ride and a couple of other songs, but their albums are always top notch. Now this band, I actually just watched them, the Midnight Special, once again, the YouTube channel. Performance of them from 1974, about 4 or 5 months after I saw them in my very first concert. So this was the very first band I ever saw live. Golden Earring, and my favorite Golden Earring album, Switch. But they have a lot of great ones. And I'll have the set. They open for King Crimson, which I keep raking about because it's pretty good, you know, for your first concert to be King Crimson. And then the opening act is Golden Earring. That's not too shabby. So here's the set list for Golden Earring. And then I'm going to show you the set list for King Crimson. All right, number 4. I talk about this band once in a while, and I think I first saw them on television on, you know, same thing as Sparks, the mid, like 74, 75, on In Concert or Don Kirshner's Rock Concert, and I just loved their stage act, I guess you call it. And the guitarist is just so, you know, once again, one of those underrated guitarists. The Sensational Alex Harvey Band. They're not just the Alex Harvey Band, they're the Sensational Alex Harvey Band. And there's a reason they call it sensational, because they are. And yeah, Zell Clemenson, I think one of the most underrated guitarists. And this is once again 2 albums. And my favorite one is The Impossible Dream, but they're all great. Yeah, Tomorrow Belongs to Me is excellent too. Number 3 is And Next. I feel this band, you know, they're known, they're pretty well known, especially in the prog rock area. But I feel that a lot of music fans would consider them like a second-tier prog band, unless you're, of course, a big fan. But I think they're right up there with Yes and Genesis and all the other bands. And once again, Glenn, I think, is becoming a fan with the CD exchanges. And this actually isn't, well, I love this album, but my favorite one Glenn has at the moment, and he'll be reviewing it probably in a couple of days on this channel. But I'm talking about Nektar. And this is Remember the Future. The one I gave him was Down to Earth. But they're all great, and they're all different. And if you love, like if you're a fan of prog rock and you haven't heard Remember the Future by Nektar, check it out. So yeah, I believe that Three Dog Night are the Rascals are the only band in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. As, you know, a band. I know Eric Burdon is in with the Animals, I believe, or he should be. Number 2, once again, they should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They're mainly known for a couple of pretty big radio hits, but their whole discography, and it's a pretty large one, is great. There's not a single bad album, in my opinion. And I almost picked their debut. I usually say that's my favorite, but this one is equal to it. Blue Oyster Cult, Secret Treaties with the Great Buck Dharma. Once again, one of the most underrated guitarists, and one of my favorites. There's, you know, Don't Fear the Reaper and Godzilla. Burning for You is another radio hit, but there's just so much more to this band. And no, I have not included Sparks because I don't think these days they're underrated. They're better known than they were like even like 5 years ago. But number 1, and if Glenn Kellaway, my buddy, is watching this, you can leave now. The most underrated band of them all, for me, is Ween. And we just did a live chat yesterday with Glenn, Morris Gautreaux, Alex from Beer and Vinyl, and Jeep Jones from the Great Balancing Act. And they're doing a third of my songs, so you'll be hearing that soon, I think. But anyway, I think I'm going to get, I talked about this during the live chat with Alex from Beer and Vinyl, and he's never heard Ween. I think we're going to set up a video, like a chat, And I think I want him to listen to Quebec by Ween. So look for that in the near future. And that is it. I would love your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know what you agree and disagree with, and also what are some other bands you feel are not talked about enough and, you know, they're underrated. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. I don't know why I said that like that. Have a great day. Bye. Bye.